Hi everyone, we've been back almost a week from our little Spanish adventure and I thought it was about time I sat down with you and filled you in on everything that's happened. This was our first ever time in Spain and it was absolutely incredible for so many different reasons. But firstly, the turnouts for the shows. Although yes, we've done some adverts and stuff online, this is our first ever time there with boots on the ground. Incredible. The amount of people that turned up and knew every word to every song was mind-blowing. So if you were one of those people that came out to see this show, thank you so much, because you made it an experience we will never ever forget, and we will definitely be back. However, we did have a little bit of a nightmare as well. Day one of the tour, we've actually gone down a couple of days early to be nice and well rested before the start. But day one, we set off from our Airbnb to the venue and our van spun a drive shaft. So we're broken down in the mountains to the east of Bilbao. There's no taxis, there's no buses, there's no trains, there's no way for us to get anywhere. So we kind of went around knocking on car windows and asking people to do us a favour. And a lovely guy, managed to get us a taxi. We left my dad with the van in the mountains. Me and the lads went down into Bilbao. We went to Bilbao Airport, found a rental desk and went, find me a van in Bilbao. And the lovely lady there found us a van. It was the other side of the city. We went over, gets the van, goes back, gets our equipment out of that van, and then goes to gig number one. Initially, we thought it's a drive shaft, and my dad thought it was a drive shaft. He's the man in the know with all of these things. We were thinking maybe 4 or 5 days we can be back on the road in our van, or everything will be hunky-dory. This was not the case. So they then told us that the van was irreparable out there and it needed to be brought back to the UK for repair. So we had to extend our van hire, and then we had to come up with a plan of getting our gear home. Because as part of taking our van home, they said it's going to take 3 weeks to get it back. Obviously our UK tour starts, well, next week now. There wasn't the time, and we wouldn't want to leave all of our equipment in Spain for any Tom, Dick or Harry to have a look at. So the plan then started to form. We had to hire a car as well to try and get the people around the country. So we had, at this point in time, we had a broken van in Bilbao, we had a hire van and we had a hire car, and that's how we were getting around these dates in Spain. After a couple of days of sort of throwing it around, we came up with a plan to fly my dad home just before the end of the tour. So he flew back to England from Jerez, hired another van in Darlington and drove that back to Bilbao so that he would be in Bilbao when I got there. We all met up there the day after the last show of the tour. Quite emotional that we got to this point. We swapped all of the equipment from the hire van into what we're now referring to as the rescue van, dropped the lads off at Bilbao Airport, and me, Jonesy and my dad drove the rescue van back to England. It was mental. It was absolutely bonkers. And the other side of this is, it was a fortune. It cost us an absolute fortune. But, and I was reasonably uncomfortable with this when I found out it was happening, Peter, our manager, went and put up a GoFundMe page to help us with the ever-escalating costs of what this was going to be. And the response was incredible. Like, we did over 3,000 quid in 3 days, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing, and we can't thank you enough for that. Although we're very proud and we stick to our guns and we always find a way out of a situation, this was becoming incredibly expensive. So to give you an idea of what's cost us so far, just on van hire alone, we're over £3,500 on that. So it was €1,700 in the van that we were running over there, and it was nearly 1,800 quid in van hire to hire one from England, so that we were allowed to take it to Spain with different insurances and the miles. And then we had to have an extra tunnel. We had to have extra toll routes, extra fuel. Monumental. We've then had the flights for the lads home and the hire car that we had over there as well. And then a few other little bits and bobs that we've added on along the way. Currently we don't have a van. The UK tour starts, and we're still not 100% sorted on that. However, we will be, just not yet. And it's been absolutely bananas. So firstly, I just wanted to say thank you. Like, it really did take the weight off our shoulders that we weren't having to like beg, steal and borrow. People putting a little bit in here, there and everywhere, and what they could afford has really helped us. And as a thank you to you guys for all that happening, we've just released our new tour merchandise, and I know some people have bought it already, but if you have bought it already, please just send me a message, because I've got another plan for this. If you haven't yet, I'm going to message people privately, everyone who's donated to the GoFundMe, with a code for our website to get a really good discount on some of our merchandise for the tour. It's just a gesture, because it really, I was uncomfortable with us doing that. You don't want to go to the well too many times, but you guys have helped us through this massively. And like, we're sat here now, we're at home, we've been at home 5 or 6 days now, we're recouped, we're ready to go again. And that might not have been the case. I might have still been sat in a broken down van in Bilbao, not in a very good way, because that was one of the options we were looking at. I stayed with the van until we got it back home, but thankfully you guys have made it all possible. So thanks so much for your time, for your efforts, for Sheely just giving a shit. Thank you very, very much. And me and the lads massively appreciate it. The other thing that we appreciate and that we have to say is we are very proud of each other and very proud of the people we have around us, because nobody panicked, nobody was worried. We all knew that we had a bit of a mountain to climb, but we knew that because we've been in these situations before, it was just a case of us coming up with a plan, and we did. Very, very proud of everybody involved in making this happen. And we can't wait to celebrate. We've had a great year in 2025. This tour now that we're going into, we're starting in Edinburgh on the 5th of November. We've got a really extensive run around the country. We're doing more down south than we've ever done before. It's all to celebrate the fact that we had an album which went to #1 in the UK official downloads charts, which is incredible. We've been to America twice. We've been to Spain. Like, this is amazing things that we've always dreamed of doing, and you guys have made that possible. And more importantly, you got us home. We're now home. So thank you all so much. I'll stop rabbiting on. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I'll catch you on the road very, very soon.